Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and I haven't had any water today, and that is a crime to myself. And today, I have a monstrosity of things to unbox. So, this one might be longer than our usual. I do apologize, but you know, that's what we're here for. We're gonna unbox this. My bank account is going to sob in the background, and we're just not going to think about it right now because I don't have the capacity for thoughts. So, that'll go well for a YouTube video, Sam. I'm kidding. I can think of things, sort of. I just don't want to think about the financial of these boxes. I went a little unhinged. It's okay. It happens sometimes. For the best. So, I will start with the normal monthly subscriptions. This was literally just like, I'm opening these all with you guys because of the fact that I was waiting so long for the fairyloot adult. So since I have my aardvark and book of the month, I thought, hey, why not do it all together? Here we have my aardvark, which I like because I skip it often. But it's not like book of the month in the sense that when you skip it, you only pay for 1 month and then that credit carries forward until you use it. You pay every month and the credits just stack. So I had three whole credits from skipping. So I finally decided this month was the month. So here we have 3 cute little aardvark bookmarks. I do like these, they're fun. The ears never make it, but I love their little like gimmicks that they have where it's like choose a door and then on the back is like their picks. But I chose Ghost Station by S.A. Barnes. I have heard some mixed things. People aren't loving this quite as much as they loved Dead Silence, but I haven't read Dead Silence yet, so I kind of have a little bit of hope that I will like this. Ooh, so pretty. It's so soft. Again, I will say it once and then I'll shut up. You're welcome. I love how aardvark books feel. They feel heavy. They feel silicone-y, silky, soft, smooth. Everything about them just feels nice in your hands, okay? I don't know what this is about except for like space horror, apocalyptic, survival, an abandoned planet, a hidden past, and a deadly danger. It's exactly what you expect it to be. I will eventually get around to reading this. It's just one of those things where like temptation, you know? This next one I'm so freaking excited about. We've got Evocation by S.T. Gibson. Only blood can rewrite blood. I will probably end up reading this sooner than later. This is book 1 in the Summoner's Circle series. Oh, what a pretty color palette. Interesting choice. Very like muted Christmas. I do like that. Does it fit the vibe for this? Maybe not, but that's okay. The Devil Knows Your Name, David Aristarchus. That's totally how you say his last name. I'm so excited. I have read almost all of S.T. Gibson's work. I think out of S.T. Gibson's backlist, I have 2 that came out like pre A Dowry of Blood that I would still like to get to, but don't quite have my interest as much as like the newer releases. But this is the first, I want to say male fantasy with romance. I am excited. I don't know. It's so hard. Like, I can't compare this whatsoever to A Dowry of Blood, and I feel like it's going to be so very different from An Education to Malice, which are also vastly different from each other. She's just one of those writers, you know, that can just do so much. And then finally, my last aardvark was You Know What You Did. This is Kayla's Literally Dead book club pick for May. Ooh. So I knew I would be picking it up. I have the audiobook on hold on Libby, so you know, it'll happen, but at least I can now read along, so that'll be fun. For good old book of the month, I was heavily influenced by my dear friend Eliza, because of course, why would it go any other way? So the bookmark says emotional support bookmark. Again, they're not coming up with new things. I know it's not a big deal, but I kind of care. But this book was heavily influenced by my friend Eliza, who decided we should do a buddy read of this, which, you know, normal for us. We always say that. The issue is, I had sworn Red Tower off. I said Red Tower and I are done. I will not be buying any more Red Tower. I cannot trust Red Tower. Everything that I've read has been poorly written, poorly executed, poorly edited, and I deserve better books. So I'm done. Fast forward, I got 5 Broken Blades by Mia Corland. Only one can take the crown. And then of course, Carrie Can Read, Carrie Cakes, said this was good and was like, yeah, if you like insert comp title, I don't remember right now here, then you're gonna like this. And I was like, well shit, if she likes it, then that's gotta be a good sign. And if Book of the Month picked it up, that's gotta be a good sign. And so I've seen a lot of so-and-so reviews. Some people really like it, some people don't really like it. So that gives me some hope. Because, you know, why not? I know that this is about, I think, 5 characters. And they're like assassins, thieves, so on. And they're either doing like an assassin-esque heist to murder somebody, or they're entering trials to get some kind of award. If it's trial-based, I have higher hopes. She's chunky though, so I'm a little nervous. But if it's like trial-based, I think that I'll enjoy this a good amount. Oh, it's pretty big font. Book of the Month knows what's up. So yeah, this is what I picked. We'll see how this goes when it goes. Oh my goodness. Alright, so those out of the way, we can get into the proper subscription boxes. Starting with the owlcrate adult. I haven't seen spoilers. I don't think I've seen any of these. Which, you know, good on me. I almost saw a Evernight, which is a seasonally, quarterly horror subscription box from illumicrate. I almost saw spoilers, but I did not. So, we got the worms. We got the theme, which is the Corrupted Crown. This is one of those books where I'm like, maybe if I see the original cover, I'll know. No, but I am excited. Okay, I think this is fantasy romance. Like, adulty, steamy romance, you know? Black sprayed edges look really good. Not too many dings. I like it, I like it. So here we have The Sins on Their Bones by Laura R. Samatin. On the back it says, if I die first, I'll tell you the secrets of heaven. I really like how this looks. It's very clean and simple, but beautiful and intricate, and I really like just like a city landscape. Open it up. We've got some nice character work. Ooh, those colors. I like it. I'm really intrigued to know what this little, you'll see it on the close-ups, but it's like a pig, but it's got wings and a little devil's tail. And, oh my god. Is this gay? Are these... We got men? We got men. No female in sight? Oh, that's... I saw this cover and I'm like, I can't read that. That's not English. On the back though, it says, just as your sins are written on your bones, so shall you bear the name of God. Interesting, interesting. So we've got different things that I'm sure symbolize different things. Got a matchstick, a spilled cup, some keys. Interesting. Okay, let's see what this... Oh wait, first, of course. Reverse dust jacket. This is so pretty. I like that. I fought a war to stop a monster. How do you end an immortal life? Okay, we've got a lot of men though. I am intrigued. This character art is so pretty. Okay, let's see what this is actually about, because I'm so interested. So I read her little like author blurb, and I'm very curious what she does, because I guess now she does academic research on military tactic, power politics, and leadership, and I'm like, what does that mean? What is your job, ma'am? Okay, set in a Jewish folklore-inspired reimagining of 19th century Eastern Europe, this queer dark fantasy debut pits 2 estranged husbands and a daring spy master on opposite sides of a civil war. Perfect for fans of Leigh Bardugo, C.S. Packet, and Catherine Arden. Dmitri used to be the Tazar of Novosibirsk. Now he is merely a broken man, languishing in exile after losing a devastated civil war instigated by his estranged husband, Alex Balinkin. In hiding with what remains of his court, Dmitri and his spy master, Vasily, engineer a dangerous ruse. Vasily will sneak into Alexei's court under a false identity to gather information, paving the way for the Usper's downfall. while Dmitri finds a way to kill him for good. But stopping Alexei is not so easy as plotting to kill an ordinary man. Through the perversion of the Ludaism religion that he terms the holy science, Alexei has died and resurrected himself as an immortal, indestructible body, and now claims he is guided by the voice of God himself. Able to summon forth creatures from the realm of demons, he seeks to build an army, terming Novosvitsevo the greatest empire that history has ever seen. Dmitri is determined not to let Alexei corrupt his country, but saving Novosvitsevo and its people will mean forfeiting the soul of the husband he can't bring himself to forsake, or the spy master he's come to love. Or you could all just be evil together and do a little party. I don't know. Interesting. I'm definitely intrigued to see what people think about this, and if it is a popular book or and whatnot. I'm very happy to see owlcrate giving us a queer fantasy with romance and tension and, like, you know, a lot going on, but, like, it's queer, and that's fantastic. I'm definitely interested, but I don't know how I feel. Those names, those places, I like my fantasy when I can pronounce things a little bit easier, but with that said, I'm intrigued. For sure. Alright, and that means we can now jump right into the YA box, which feels pretty light, I'll be honest. Sometimes you get them stuffed to the brim, and other times it's just another box. Alright, and the theme is Death to the Undying. So the first thing that I'm seeing here is something. It says on it, home is what you take with you, not what you leave behind. Ah, it's a propagation station inspired by the 5th season. Defined by @Divine Literary. Ah, I get it. My partner will probably eat this up. That makes more sense. I was looking at the hole and I'm like, what could you possibly, like, I guess if you want a very small drink, you could, but that seems a little silly. But that makes sense. I'm sure we'll have plants in abundance that we want to propagate. The next thing is a plain brown box with a thing inside. It's round. Oh, we have, this is a, like, perfume thing. It's from Fiction Bath Co. It's Volchitsa, bergamot, spearmint, and black tea. Inspired by Deathless. I have no clue what that is. I don't know what Deathless is. I'm sure it's a book and not a character, but I'm not familiar with it. So I am intrigued. But we will have to wait and see. Let's see. I can't share with you really how this smells, but, ooh! I like it, though. I have a different one of these. It's like blackberry something and something, and I did enjoy it a lot, but it spills, so it's a very, like, messy endeavor. But I do like these roll-ons. They're a little goes a very long way with them, but I really like the quality. That other one has lasted me like 2 years. Alright, and then we've got the Perfect Pairings pin collection. So the Perfect Pairings has the little gimmick of, like, sliding the thing over. This looks like it's from the Strange the Dreamer. I can't get it open. It's fine. I can't open it, but I am right. It is Strange the Dreamer, and it's designed by Sayer Art. I know that I need to reread the series. I read it 2 years ago now with Eliza, Daphne, and Kaylee. We hosted, like, a little mini December readathon. That was the buddy pick, and I don't think I gave it quite the time and energy that it deserved. I listened to a lot of the audiobook at work and was, like, quite checked out because I was in a reading slump, so I don't feel like I gave it its best chance. And then I finished the sequel and I liked Muse of Nightmares more, so I think in a few years I will return to it. Okay, next in here I'm seeing Creatures and Companions. This is inspired by a Sorcery of Thorns. A collection of metal bookmarks so that those wonderful creatures can make your reading journey extra special. The next companion is Silas from A Sorcery of Thorns, and this looks like it's also designed by @Sader Art. Oh my goodness, it's a kitty cat! Ah! Oh my goodness, what a pretty cat! I'm obsessed with this. This is my new favorite bookmark of all time. I love this. I love cats. I love bookmarks. I love cat bookmarks. This is the best bookmark ever. I'm so excited to read A Sorcery of Thorns. I just recently talked about it in my last video, how it's a 5-star prediction. Okay, next up, keep your Mushes? Keep your bookish side in check with your reading checklist. Read a book that you've been putting off, or try reading something you've never expected. There's so many possibilities. This checklist was wonderfully created by at Lichen and Limestone. What does that mean, checklist? Oh, cute! I smell a video. So it's a little like plastic checklist. So there's things like read a book off your TBR, read an owlcrate book, read a book that was published in the last 5 years. This will be a really fun video idea. I don't think this will hold much value to your regular schmegular subscriber of owlcrate, because like I don't know if they really care of like trying to read a morally gray character. Like it seems a little specific, but as a content creator this is a very fun video idea where I like just try to read this or read a couple of these. So thanks owlcrate, I love content. And now the exciting part of the book. So this is the same author who wrote Whisper in the Dark, which I have still yet to read. This is the illumicrate edition, but I also have another, I think, owlcrate edition, maybe fairyloot, I don't remember, over on my Dark Academia. Beautiful book. I'm really excited to read this still, but I haven't quite gotten to it yet. But this is their newest release, which is Your Blood, My Bones by Kelly Andrew. And I've been really excited. This is an anticipated release. Maybe not solely, but like mostly, like 98%. Reads with Rachel read an arc of this and really liked it. So I can tell you what this is about without even reading you the synopsis. But the back says, you are the earth and the earth is in your blood. It's a very pretty edition. It's kind of giving Together We Rot vibes, which I didn't like that book, but ooh, okay. The end pages are so cute. Oh my god. Is it the same? No. Oh, precious. I'm obsessed. I love them. I'm so excited. Ah! Art to show you. It's very dark. I do apologize already. But it looks like these are our characters and a guy and a cat. God, the cats. I love it. And then, of course, the book itself. Of course, I should show you that. I totally spaced. It says, mortal life is so fleeting, but love is as enduring as death. And then on the back says, when our legacy is done, let it be forgotten. This is so cute. It's kind of got that like foresty cottagecore vibe, but I know it's not that. This is fantasy horror, which makes me really excited that they've picked this. A girl who will not love, a boy who cannot die, a twisted destiny neither can escape. Wyatt Westlock has one plan for the farmhouse she's just inherited, to burn it to the ground. But during her final walkthrough of her childhood home, she makes a shocking discovery in the basement. Peter, the boy she once considered her best friend, strung up in chains and left for dead. Unbeknownst to Wyatt, Peter has suffered hundreds of ritualistic deaths on her family's property. Semi-immortal, Peter never remains dead for long, but he can't really live either. Not while he's bound to the farm. Locked in a cycle of grisly deaths and painful rebirths, there's only one way for him to break free. He needs to end the Westlock line. He needs to kill Wyatt. With Wyatt's parents gone, the spells protecting the property have begun to unravel. The dark, ancient forces gather in the nearby forest. The only way for Wyatt to repair the spells is to work with Peter, the one person who knows how to harness volatile magic. But how can she trust a boy who's sworn an oath to destroy her? When the past turns up to haunt them in the most unexpected way, they are forced to rely on one another to survive, or else tear each other apart. I'm really excited. I was not expecting them to give us this book, and I'm so pleased that they are, because again, fantasy horror is my favorite genre. Like, that is my comfort zone. That's where I want to be at all times. It's so good. So this is really exciting for me. 10 out of freaking 10, baby. Items? Propagation station. I see myself getting use out of that. The pins are fine. They don't open very well. They're gimmicky. I feel like they're gonna break every time. It's cool. Checklist? Probably not useful for the most, like, for the normal day-to-day reader. Great for a content creator. Granted, I will still probably only get a video or two out of this, and I probably won't reach for it very often outside of that. Perfume is a win, and the best item, hands down, is this stinking adorable cat bookmark. I'm obsessed. I love this thing. This is my everything. This is my favorite thing. I know it has a name, but I feel the need to name it something different. But now, moving swiftly along, the sun is setting. The sun's basically set. Now we can do the fairyloot adult. The theme is occult. Oh yeah, I had a feeling once I saw that I knew what this book would be. It's okay. You know, that happens. I wouldn't be too mad about it. It's okay. I can't be upset about having a special edition of S.T. Gibson. With art like this, here she is. Evocations by S.T. Gibson. We've been over this. Only blood can rewrite blood. Ooh, the sprayed edges are so pretty though. I like those. And they're like a little bit more intricate design on the top and bottom instead of like black. Ooh, okay. So here we have the same art, but it's super shiny. I don't know why, but it gives it a different feel, that's for sure. I hope there's like tarot card magic or something in here. I would be really into that. That's something I love in books. And then we've got the reverse dust jacket art, and it says, "I'd rather be exceptional than average. Pressure is part of the package. Cannot relate." Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be tarot magic. I love that. Which I should have figured because on the cover is like the Fool or something. I'm not really into tarot. I just like the idea and concepts of magic revolving around cards. But let me read to you what this is actually about now. Oh my god, it's so short. We love to see it. When a family curse threatens the life of David, a medium, he will turn to the only person he's ever trusted. His sorcerer ex-boyfriend, Reese, means he will have to open his heart to Moira, Reese, astrologer wife. Meet David, Reese, and Moira for the first time as they navigate magical riddle Boston, hierarchical secret societies, familial bonds from beyond the grave, and much more in this gorgeously, richly imagined novel. Okay, so that did not give you much at all. That really didn't tell you anything. But, you know, it's a pretty book and we can look at it. We can look at it and admire how beautiful and nice she is. Is this a 5-star prediction? Maybe. Maybe. It's one of those things, like, I didn't really know. I liked An Education in Malice. I was able to separate it from A Dowry of Blood. I knew it was going to be very different, and I really liked the aesthetics and vibes. So I have pretty good hopes. I'm excited for this. I'm intrigued to see how it goes. I don't want to hold out too much hope and say that it's going to be like the best thing ever though at the same time. But she is pretty, and I can't say I'm disappointed to have her. Now we move on to the young adults. Alright, this month's theme is Dark Domains. Okay, we're back to 5 items. We love to see it. We love to see it. Okay, first thing. I just feel like I'm gonna absolutely just break and destroy things that I get because I don't know what I'm doing at first. Okay, cool. So here we have a cute, normally I use these for pins, but this one's like so pretty. I probably won't want to do that, but it is a pin banner. Art is done by @BlueyBoo, and it's inspired by The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. Use to display your pin collection or use it as wall art. I'll probably use it as wall art. I love this series. I love the series. The series is so good. These characters. The second book, Cliffhanger. I haven't read the third one still. I'm supposed to buddy read that with Eliza, and we keep procrastinating and putting it off as we do. But, this is so cool. I love this. I love them. I love the series. It's so fun. Okay, the next thing that I'm seeing is One Dark Window reusable face pad. Cleanse your nightmares away. These are nice. I don't use them as often as I should. Balm stuff. Like, it's like it's kind of like a melted chapstick material feeling. But that's what I use for my makeup. But yeah, these are really soft. They just have like woods and stuff, and then like a super soft red. I don't know. They're nice though. And they come with a little bag that you can stick them in your washing machine and they won't get eaten. That's nice. Okay, this next thing is so pretty. It says, how could one see the stars forever? Okay, so it looks like it's a little bag. You can put, you know, whatever you want in here. It's got a very cute little star pattern and then just like the quote on the bottom. So the cotton pads, the reusable cotton pads are designed by @Julie.Reinhardt, inspired by One Dark Window. And this is an embroidered bag designed by @NoOneDesigns. Okay, so the author is June Sealtan. The, like, darker by pore, June Sealtan. So I know June Sealtan. I don't know what darker by pore means exactly, but anywho. She's cute. She's very soft. Might be good for travel makeup. On the inside, it's that, you know, safer material to put makeup in. I'm not sure how to explain that. What is this? Designed by Letters by Layla. I can serve cheese on this. Oh my god. I won't. This is for sure going on display. It will never be used. This is so cool. So this is the map for Belladonna by Adeline Grace. And you can see the foxglove over there. The third book comes out this year. This is so exciting. This is so pretty. Keep your kitchen surfaces safe from hot trays and pans with this trivet showcasing the map from Belladonna from Adeline Grace. Hand wash only, everybody. Do I want to do such things? Not really. This is so pretty. Do I really want to put this in my kitchen? No. Oh. So we got some overlays for Fourth Wing. This is what I live for. Has the hype of Fourth Wing died down? Absolutely. Are we all over it by now? For the most part, yeah. But I'm not gonna lie to you and say this doesn't excite me. Not to mention, they tell me the chapters on the back, which I'm so appreciative, because the last time they gave us overlays, I think it was for Emily Wilde, which I read like the ebook arc for originally, so I was like, I don't know where any of these things go. So they're all just kind of in there. So I'm glad that they've told us. Did I make up that Violet has like silver hair? Is that correct? It's been so long now. It feels like years. I feel like she had silver hair, like that was her thing. Anywho, her and her dragons, these are so cool. These are so well done. The art is magnificent. I love character art. Hot. This is a great day for me. We love to see it. Lovely. 10 out of 10 just for that alone. Good job. Okay, the next thing in here are the tarot cards. Wow, so many characters. Incredible. So we've got the Ace of Suns and the Two of Suns. And these characters feature Yuran and Yuki as the Ace of Suns and Zizi and Rui as the Two of Suns. These are characters by Darker of the Four. Oh, by June Sealtan. Darker of the Four, not Darker of the Poor. I can't read embroidery, apparently. And these were illustrated by Rosalind Arts. Pretty! I like them, and there's so many characters. That's so fun. Okay, so now, you might have been able to guess what this book is. I've said the title a few times now. Poorly. That was a pun. That was a pun. I'm so proud of myself. That was funny. I love being unintentionally funny. And then we've got the bookmark that comes with them. So, here we have Darker by Four by C.L. Tan. I think I read, no, June Sealtan. June Sealtan was the author. I believe this was the same author who wrote Jade Fire Gold. Jade Fire, the more I say it, the more my brain breaks. Jade Fire Gold, which I read 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I think it was an owlcrate edition. So, it's been a while. I thought it was good, but not like, I'm gonna remember it forever and like love and adore it. It was just good. Good for the moment. So, this is their new release. The back says, the boy straightens and looks up at the flickering stars in heaven. Then he steps forward to the edge of the parapet, puts one foot out in the air, and disappears. Interesting! It's got a lot of like butterflies, hand touching, lots of butterflies and stars. It's very pretty. Let's see what she looks like inside. Oh, it's a boys club. What's going on? Okay, stunning, absolutely gorgeous book. It's so pretty. I love this. And on the back you got just this cool shiny little building. And then again, boys club. We got some boys inside of different colored hair. Looks very anime, but in a good way. Oh, we've got a oh. He's got the cutest little ghost. That's what I would notice. You've got a very fun little, like, maybe sibling dynamic. It's kind of giving the Redbone Saga, but like if they were younger. But also, he's got the cutest ghost earrings I've ever seen in my life, and I would very much like a pair. Eliza, if you're watching this, please make me a pair of ghost earrings. How cute! I love that. Okay, and then there's the reverse dust jacket, which, you know, I think is fine. It's not really inspiring anything from me. I definitely prefer the fairyloot edition. Alright, and then this says on the inside, her magic was stolen. She'll do anything to get it back. Rue is an exorcist in training. What? Okay. Rue is an exorcist in training with one goal in mind, honing her magic to avenge her mother's death. Euron is the black sheep of an illustrious family. The world would be at his feet had he been born with magic. But when an accident causes Rue's power to transfer to Euron, everything turns upside down. Without her magic, Rue has no tool for vengeance. With it, Euron finally feels like he belongs. As dangerous monsters overrun the city, Rue will do whatever it takes to regain her power, even if that means making a deal with a shadowy stranger to track down a god who does not wish to be found. A sparkling YA urban fantasy with the achingly slow burn romance at its heart, Darker by 4 is perfect for fans of Legendborn and the Immortal Instruments. Ooh! To all the readers who supported Jade Firegold, you made this book possible. Aww! So yeah, this is exciting. I'm intrigued to pick this up. I don't know when, you know, add it to the list, but it's definitely one that I think I could get a lot of enjoyment out of. It does give a little bit of the Greenbone Saga vibes. I don't know what it is. I don't know why exactly, but something about it is giving me flashbacks. And so that could be a really good sign or a really bad sign. We're not sure yet. But overall, minus the little face wipes, just because I have a lot of these now and I don't use them too often. I like this little bag. What I'll use it for yet, I don't know, but I do like it. And then, of course, like, the 3 absolute best items I could have asked for. This is such a good day. Such a good day. This is great. This is why I don't want to cancel things, because I get things like this and I'm like, wow, my whole life is made. This is great. I'm having a good time. Okay, now we can jump right on in to Evernight. I'm most disappointed with Evernight. The books are beautiful, do not get me wrong, but the quality of the books haven't been my favorite so far. Like, they haven't been books that I've absolutely loved. I think the issue with book subscription boxes expanding into like horror and romance and fantasy romance is the horror and fantasy romance are the same, like, could easily be swapped in to these other boxes, like, no issue. And so that's what kind of bothers me. It's like, okay, you're not giving me horror that I want, though. You're giving me, like, horror. It's just different. It's a different vibe. Oh! Okay, so the theme... Oh, there is no theme. It just tells you right what it is. How interesting. This is so fun. Okay, so this is Murder Road by Simone St. James. If you see her, you're next. I am into this one. Don't know what's going on, but I like the vibes. It's very, like, you can't tell me that's not Archie. And maybe, like, Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. It's giving. Oh, cute. I've not read a Simone St. James before, so this will be my first. I love a naked hardback. Cold Lake Falls. And then a little back. This is like the map that you draw when you're in like a new relationship. You're like, here's the place that we met for the first time. If you've done that, I'm so sorry. Don't be offended. I also have done that. But on the inside, there's like some... It looks a little retro. A little vintage. Looks a little 90s. I'm into it though. It's very cute, very fun. I, again, have not read a Simone St. James, so I'm intrigued to see how this goes. She seems like one of those authors that are quite hit or miss. People either really like her works or really don't like her works. This book does not smell good. I will be honest about that. Ooh. Okay. April and Eddie have taken a wrong turn, and now they're on a long, dark road. Late at night, when they see a woman up ahead, clearly in trouble. They stop and pick her up. It's only once she's in the car that they see the blood. And then headlights appear at the distance, racing towards them at high speed. At long last, the woman speaks. I'm sorry, he's coming. While April and Eddie are able to escape this time, their terrifying adventure is only just beginning. The hitchhiker's injuries prove fatal, and the couple are trapped in the small town of Cold Lake Falls, prime suspects in the eyes of the local police. It turns out that this isn't the first victim to die on the stretch of road, and it isn't the first time that survivors have seen something that can't be explained. But to get out, April and Eddie are going to have to drive down that haunted stretch of road one more time. Ooh, interesting, interesting. I'm assuming this is our little ghost girl in the back that got hit or something is going on with her, but I like her. I like the vibes. You know, this one might be the one. That very well could be the first illumicrate evernight that I love and adore, so that's exciting. But now, into something I know, for the most part, I will love. illumicrate. I love their books, usually. Yeah, they have a few, but, you know, for the most part, I trust them. Unless it's a space opera. Then, less trust. Ooh, okay, okay. So we've got magic versus silence? No, magic versus science. First things first, illumicrate and fairyloot. Same minds think alike, if you will. They're the same reusable wipes, except for not as soft. Maybe better for durability when taking off makeup. Who knows? But they've got cute different designs, a blue and a red. Moth and Poppy reusable wash pads designed by @Carly Watts Art. Remove your makeup easily, inspired by the Bone season. I feel like the Bone season and the 5th season, although are not the same, are like in the same league. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Next, this is one thing I did have spoilers for, because Eliza was not very happy about these, but I actually was a little bit excited. So, here we have gardening gloves. They've got a different kind of material on the front that I can't say I like, because it kind of feels weird, but I do hate getting dirt in, like, under my fingernails, and I like having long nails, so gardening with Austin is never fun. But this will actually come in handy, and I will actually probably get some use out of these, even if they feel a little weird and make me go, ugh. So, the am I okay? The Botanical Constellation Gardening Gloves, designed by @Whitebread Pattern. Love the name. And these are from Surviving the Sky. I've not heard of that. I don't know what Surviving the Sky is, but these are fun. I will probably get use out of them, and I'll laugh at myself every time that I get out my first pair of gardening gloves in quite some time from a book subscription box. Next up, we have a tin that says, I wish for you to not go anywhere without me. In this world and the next, I wish for you to choose me. Studio AO for illumicrate, okay. Just a tin. Sometimes we get these tins and it's like cutlery that you can take in your lunches, but no, this one's just a tin. This is the Choose Me bookmark tin, designed by @_studio_AO, and it is inspired by Song of Silver Flame Like Night. I've still not read that. I should. It's just so chunky. And as we know, chunky books intimidate me, but it is definitely a book that I would like to get to. This is really pretty art, though. Will I put bookmarks in this? Probably not. Probably not, but I'll find a use for it, I'm sure. This next thing I'm most excited about. What is this? Oh, it's so heavy. What is happening? Oh. Okay, okay. So here we have the jigsaw puzzle, the Science Collection bookcase. It's 1,000 pieces. How exciting. How fun. I've never really gotten a puzzle that I'm, like, actually interested in doing before. Every time I get a puzzle, I go, that's nice. And then I stick it somewhere. So, this is what I guess it'll look like. And then there's all your puzzle pieces. Ow. Just whacked myself in the face. That was fun. Okay. The science fiction bookcase puzzle. The artwork is by @Olivia Gibbs Illustration. And the design is by @ChattyNora. We've hidden many secrets related to some of our favorite sci-fi books in this 1,000-piece bookcase puzzle. How many can you spot? I can spot maybe 3. I don't read a lot of sci-fi. And I don't know the, like, hot and hip, cool, notable things. So, we'll see. Alrighty, alrighty. And then the book. This little controversial book. So, this controversial book is To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods by Molly X. Chang. Now, the drama and controversy doesn't actually start with this book. It starts with that scandal of that author who, like, pretended to be a bunch of different Goodreads accounts to 1-star bomb review other fantasy debut authors, and a lot of them, if not all of them, were POC authors. So a lot of these authors were luckily put on my radar because of that very annoying, horrible thing. Fuck them. We're not talking about them. We're not giving them more time spent in our brains. But this is one of the targeted authors, and so there's been a lot of eyes on this, which, you know, can be good, can be bad. With that said, a lot of the reviews have come in, and they are saying and crying that this is a colonial romance, a colonizer romance. And I haven't read it, so I can't really say what the vibes are, but I do recommend going to look, and if I remember, I'll just screenshot and put it on screen, but a lot of people have been saying that, and Reads with Cindy read this, and she was like, no, not really, I don't think so. And I really appreciated her review of this, and has made me less skeptical, and it was nice to hear a different opinion and view on this. So, this is the book. To Gaze Upon Wicked Gods, Cracker Open. Oh, I'll show you the very pretty edges while we're here. They're nice. Ooh, pretty. Ooh, naked hardback. Ooh. I love this shit. This is my favorite thing. I love a naked hardback. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing to hold. I don't have to worry about the foil. It always looks pretty. It's a good experience. So, it's just some landscapes. It's kind of reminding me of the Principle of Momentum, which has, like, on one side very space opera-esque, and then on the back side it's like the White House or something. Like, it's a very weird shift in tone, and that's kind of what this is giving, which I guess makes sense because it's the colonized and then, like, the colonizers, so that makes sense. I mean, are you kidding? This is, like, the most gorgeous artwork I've ever seen in a book. Pretty. And then on the other side, ooh, he's lavish. She has power over death. He has power over her. When two enemies strike a dangerous bargain, will they end a war or ignite one? Heroes die, cowards live. For as long as Yang has been alive, the empire of Year-Long has been occupied by Romans, who mercilessly defeated the magic of her people. Now the invaders' advanced science, technology, and military make them gods. But Ruing is special, having been blessed by death and born with the ability to pull life out of mortal bodies. When Antony, the second prince of Rome, uncovers Ruing's power, he offers her an impossible deal. If she becomes his private assassin and eliminates his political rivals, her family will be protected. Can Ruing trust this prince, whose promises of a better world make her heart ache, or whose smiles make her pulse beat faster? Are the evils of their arrangement really in the service of a much greater good? Or will she betray her entire nation to guard those she loves the most? Interesting, interesting, interesting. I really love gods actively being in the story, like messing with stuff, making things better or worse. God Killer is a good example of, like, meddling gods. I just really like that. So if that has a good grip of that in here with, like, a death god, I could be into this. I can see, like, if these two have a romance, the power dynamic is a little ick, but at the same time, that might not be where it's going. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I will simply have to wait until I read it. But those are the books. Aren't they so pretty? Da-da-da. There they are. Recap of illumicrate. The tin is fine if I find a use for it. This puzzle, I may actually do this someday. When? Who knows? But I could do it, and that's cool. Facial cleansers, which, you know, like, if I didn't just get this in the fairyloot this month, maybe it would have been more exciting. But these stinking gloves, these gloves are going to get used, which is so hilarious to me. But overall, illumicrate does fall short on items, just like in general, if they're my favorite. I think if I was going to go down, as I'm figuring all of the financials behind the scenes of books subscription, because gosh, they are expensive, I think illumicrate would be the one that I try to get a book only for, and utilize the skips more often, because it's just not always going to be worth it. Whereas fairyloot, even if they're bad, they've got, like, some of the best pre-order options, and I just love owlcrate. I'm sorry, I got a loyalty to them. I like their stuff. They make me happy. So yeah, that's where we're at. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I hope that you enjoyed. I'm gonna go chug a whole lot of water and get ready for work tomorrow. So, I hope that you have a great day, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye!